Hey guys, I'm Exotic Gaming. Hope you're all having a great day. You ever wanted to play the real CSGO on mobile devices? How about Counter-Strike Source? Or maybe the real game isn't your thing. What about a game similar to CSGO, but also has Battle Royale? Or one that you can play entirely offline. You don't need any internet to play it. In today's video, I'll be telling you all about 10 of the best mobile FPS games like CSGO. Some of these are games that you've probably heard of before, I'm going to be honest with you, but others you have definitely not heard of before. I hope you find this video entertaining. The downloads to these games will be down below in the description. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe for more mobile gaming content, and let's jump into the video. So, let's start things off with a bang. The first game I'd like to show you is an actual version of Counter-Strike that you can play right now on Android devices. If you don't know what this is called Counter-Strike Source, and it's a pretty old version of Counter-Strike, but still has a lot of the same features you expect in a game similar to CSGO. In fact, a lot of people actually prefer Counter-Strike Source to CSGO. I made a whole video on my channel a little while ago talking about how to get this game, and I would totally recommend checking it out if it sounds interesting to you. But yeah, this is essentially like the PC version of the game for your phone. Even though it's an old game, it has surprisingly good graphics, really nice game mechanics, customizable HUD layouts, online and offline capability where you can go up in multiplayer matches or against bots, and a lot more. Right now, you can only download it for Android devices, and for iOS devices, you need to use one of those cloud gaming apps on your phone. It's not as convenient as it is for Android, but hey, it's better than nothing. Next up, the second game on this list is none other than Special Forces Group 3. I'm sure you've heard of Special Forces Group 2 before. It's been around for quite a while, and many people started their entire mobile gaming careers on that game. Well, the developers released the sequel to that game recently, and it's a really good game. Think of it as a very similar game to Special Forces Group 2, just with improved graphics, better gameplay mechanics, and the potential to be a much bigger and more successful game. This game has both online and offline capability, so if you don't have any internet, there's nothing to worry about. It has a massive amount of different maps that you can jump into whenever you want, full customization in offline modes where you can tell how many bots you want, difficulty, types of weapons, and it has so much more. I'm sure I'm forgetting a lot. This is honestly one of the very best offline games like CSGO right now on Android devices, and even though it isn't fully out yet, it's still in a beta, I would totally recommend having this on your phone right now. It's a great backup game to have when you're bored of other games. The third game on this list is one of the most popular mobile first-person shooters ever, Standoff 2. Standoff 2 is one of the first games people think of when they imagine what CSGO would be like on mobile devices. It's got great graphics, very similar gameplay to Counter-Strike, 120 FPS capability, and much more. It's arguably one of the most competitive games on this entire list, and there are tons of big esports tournaments that happen in this game almost every single day. In Standoff 2, you have over 20 different weapons to choose from right from the time that you start playing. You have tons of cool skins that you can unlock over time, and many different game modes, including ranked modes, defuse, team deathmatch, arms race, and many temporary modes over the years, such as Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, and various holiday-themed game modes for Christmas, Halloween, and other holidays. This is one of those games that you can play for multiple years and rarely get bored of. It's just a really well-made game and one of my favorites like CSGO on mobile. However, we can't make a list about mobile games like CSGO and include Standoff 2 without including the other game everyone thinks of when they think of CSGO Mobile. This game is arguably even more popular than Standoff 2, Critical Ops. Critical Ops has been around for a very long time, and it still retains a very loyal fan base. Just like Standoff 2, there are lots of esports tournaments happening all the time to keep the energy going, and one of the really nice things about this game is it's not pay to win. That's a big problem with many mobile games, and you don't gain any competitive advantage over other people if you pay real money in Critical Ops. You can just opt to buy cool weapon skins and stuff like that if you want to spend any money in the game. Honestly, I can't really choose one game over the other. There may be a bit less content in Critical Ops than Standoff 2, like less game modes for instance, but they're both great games and you really can't go wrong with either one. Try them both out and let me know in the comments which one you prefer. If Critical Ops and Standoff 2 aren't your thing, maybe Critical Strike is. This game is another mobile game that takes heavy inspiration from CSGO, which has decent enough graphics and solid gameplay. Personally, I don't know if I would recommend this over Critical Ops and Standoff 2, but I think it's still worth talking about. You have over 8 maps in this game, over 40 different weapons, 5+ different game modes, the ability to create clans, special events for different holidays, the ability to make private custom rooms with your friends, and much more. There sometimes are some tournaments in Critical Strike, which you can find on YouTube, for instance, but they aren't nearly as big and as organized as Critical Ops and Standoff 2. And in all honesty, this game really doesn't have anything super unique that helps make it stand out compared to all of the other games on this list. I think people would enjoy playing this if they're already tired of some of the other CSGO mobile games, but that's about it. This game would really only be for people with pretty low-end devices. Moving right along though, the 6th game on this list is actually something very much worth trying: Brutal Strike. I found out about this game a few months ago, and I am shocked at how much content this game has. When you first download it, it's extremely small in size, like I think 50 megabytes or something like that, and the whole idea behind this game is that people are able to create their own game modes. You want to play Battle Royale, or Apex Legends, or Zombies, or Modern Warfare? People have made all of that and much more in Brutal Strike. In my last video, I literally played a SpongeBob-themed map. It is ridiculous. Obviously, if you start playing all the different game modes out there, it'll start to download resources onto your device, and the game will get pretty large in size over time, but I still think this is one of the ultimate FPS games for low-end devices right now. It still has that characteristic Counter-Strike feel, but it's just so much more than that. Whereas a game like Critical Strike is mostly just a mobile clone of CSGO, Brutal Strike expands so far past that, and it's awesome. It's totally worth checking out. But hey, another game that's really good and is worth checking out is Forward Assault. Forward Assault has been around for many years and is created by the same developer who made Bullet Force and who is currently working on Firefront Mobile FPS, the Battlefield Mobile Killer, as a lot of people like to call it. It's not a direct clone of CSGO, as it has a lot of unique content and mechanics that give it a signature look and feel compared to some of the other games on this list, but it does have some of the iconic CSGO game modes and gameplay features. You have a lot of different weapons to choose from, really cool skins for those weapons, multiple different game modes to keep you entertained, and the ability to play both online and offline, which a lot of games don't have. If you want to play offline in Forward Assault, all you got to do is open it up with internet enabled, and then switch off your Wi-Fi or your cell network to turn on offline mode. Then you can play in some matches against bots, and do be warned, you can make the bots extremely difficult in this game. I used to make some videos on this game like 4 to 5 years ago, and I always have good things to say about it. The developer is great, and the game still holds up after all of these years. Pushing forward, the 8th game on this list is something you may have never seen before: Blockpost Mobile. I recently found out about this game, even though it's several years old, which is sort of why I'm making this video, to be honest, and my description of it is it's essentially if Pixel Gun 3D and CSGO were merged together into one game. You have those Minecraft-style blocky characters and pixelated weapons, but you also have really similar gameplay to the game's CSGO. You have that iconic bomb defuse game mode that everyone associates with CSGO, and more content as well. There's Team Deathmatch, Sniper Arena, which is basically Team Deathmatch but with snipers only, and more. The best thing about this game is the fact that since it's a pixel shooter like Pixel Gun 3D, the graphics don't really matter as much. As long as it literally doesn't look blurry on your screen, then it's fine. That's also why, if this game has a good development team, it has the potential to outlast every other game on this list because it'll still look good years into the future. And getting close to the end here, the 9th game on this list is another that you might have never heard of before, or at least never tried before. I was scrolling through the Google Play Store trying to find some new games to play on my channel, and I came across Hazmob FPS. I didn't think too much of it. I honestly thought it would just be another one of those terrible Unity games, but I just downloaded it to be curious, and after I played it for a bit, I was pleasantly surprised. It's got decent graphics, better graphics than I was expecting, a proper tutorial, and it really looks like a CSGO mobile game. However, game mechanics are quite a bit different, and you'll see that if you actually try it out for yourself. I just felt like this game feels really smooth when you play it. I don't really know how else to describe it. You have several different game modes to choose from arms race to capture the flag, the ability to create custom matches for you and your friends, a leaderboard that has much more information than I was expecting, clans, missions, and a primitive gunsmith system where you can buy and upgrade weapons, customize their attachments, customize your loadouts, and your skins. It's pretty fun. And before we get to number 1, here are 2 honorable mentions: Project Rush B and Alpha Ace. The reason I'm putting these here is because they might be out if you're watching this video months into the future, but at the time that I'm recording this, they're not fully out yet, and you can't play them right now. Project Rush B is a great game with high-quality graphics made by the developers of Battle Prime. It's sort of like a combination of CSGO, Call of Duty, Valorant, and even more games. When it does come back, you should definitely try it out. And Alpha Ace is currently being worked on and is expected to be the best version of CSGO Mobile when it finally does come out. I've already made a few videos on the game back when the beta tests were live, and I was blown away by how good the graphics looked and how fluid the controls were. When it does come back, it'll be another great option for people wanting to play CSGO on their phones. And finally, the last game on this list is something you were completely not expecting. Only people that subscribed to my channel for a while probably knew about it. The real CSGO on Android. Some person in China basically recreated CSGO with Unreal Engine and made it an online game that you can play against other real people. I have no idea how long this game will last, and it's entirely possible Valve might shut it down relatively soon, but this game has a fully customizable HUD layout, gyroscope, and the same weapons and maps that CSGO has. It is ridiculous, and I don't think there is anything out there that is closer to CSGO on mobile than this game, because it is literally CSGO on mobile. It is awesome. Now, I do have to say there are other developers out there that are trying to recreate CSGO on mobile. Supposedly some Russian team is working on one, and maybe that'll be even better. You never really know. I'll be sure to make a video, though, showing you all how to download it whenever it does come out, so you might want to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. But yeah, for now, if you want more info on this Chinese CSGO game, watch my video that is linked down below in the description. And that's it! Those were 10 games like CSGO for iOS and Android. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more mobile gaming content and top 10 videos just like this. Feel free to comment down below other top 10 ideas you'd like me to do in the future. And yeah, the downloads to all of these games are down below in the description. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you all in the next episode.